Where are you falling behind? Welcome to Be Fab, Be You Made Simple, your daily dose of inspiration designed to help you reinvent yourself by optimizing your body and mind. I am Maria Horstman, a health editor and coach, a fitness trainer, a speaker, and an entrepreneur, founder of BeFabBeYou.com. Our episodes are short and will bring you valuable content and practical nuggets for optimal health and fitness that you can implement ASAP. Let's get you to feel fabulous every day. Are you ready? Check out the show notes too. 1, schedule a free call with me to discuss a plan to take your health to the next level. 2, submit a question to be featured in our Ask Me Anything episodes on Sundays. Connect with me on social media and much more. Hit the subscribe button, and if you like what you hear, share with your friends and leave it a rating. Where are you falling behind? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I bet you've heard that saying before, right? So raise your hand like I am if there have been moments in your life that you acted just like that stubborn horse. It's May 29th, 2021, and we are basically a month short of approaching half of the year. And I say short because it seems like every month is flying by quicker and quicker. It wasn't too long ago that most people couldn't wait for 2020 to end. Oh my God, get rid of it. I don't want to see it. I want to hear. Move on, please. Right? We've all been there in some way or another. We thought about it. Well, 2020 is old news. And here's a question for you. What are you proud of accomplishing in the first 5 months of 2021? Tell me. I want to know. Okay? I'm fired up about this because we all talk about how time flies and we don't take the time to assess what happened and take the time to make the adjustments necessary. We're just going by. Some people couldn't wait or actually cannot wait to get back to their busy lives that they had prior to COVID or the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And they are actually relieved by the fact that they're getting back to their old normal and the go. The autopilot they have been prior to the pandemic was comfortable to them. Yeah, despite the fact that there was complaints and this and that and that. But this is similar to Captain Plum's 8x8 prison cell story I talked about on episode 41. If you haven't heard about it, it's a great episode. Go back to it and listen. So episode 41. Yes, welcome to the Be Fab, Be You Made Simple podcast. This is your coach, Maria Horstman, a health and wellness and fitness coach who are here to have raw conversations with you. I want you to succeed, and we have to kind of, get real sometimes, right? I say it actually every time, all the time. And I have no problems being provocative in some way or another. Somebody has to say it. Somebody has to do it. And I'm okay being one of those coaches and one of those people out there. Look, I also want you to know that everything comes out of my mouth is with love and compassion. I love you, okay? I do love people and I love you. Even if we haven't met before, that's okay. Because people are awesome. Yes, some maybe not so much, because maybe there is something going on and they are perceived not so awesome, but all of us have gifts inside. All of us have awesomeness inside. It's just a matter of taking the time to learn from each other a little bit. And also, this whole thing, it's because I rarely discuss topics that relate to lifestyle changes that I haven't gone through myself. This stuff is real, folks. And today's podcast is the first of a mini series about habits, consistency, and trade-offs. In 2017, I took John Maxwell's 15 Laws of Growth online training. Gosh, I loved it. I learned so much. And once in a while, I still go back to those lessons. They're just transformative to me. And here's one thing he said, and not exactly on these words, that is stuck to me. It was, if anything in life is running by itself, that's because it's going downhill in one way or another. It's not growing. It is flat. Holy smokes, right? It's so simple, but doesn't that make sense to you? Look, if you put something, place something on the flat, it's not going to move. Now, if it's tilted down, that thing is going to move, right? So John likes to remind us that everything worthwhile is uphill. And I bet that when you take the time to reflect of your accomplishments in life, not the wins handed to you, but the ones that you have to make the hard choices and the trade-offs and sacrifices, they were kind of an uphill. But you know what? I bet they felt awesome that you achieved, right? And now, if you're thinking, gee, Maria, there we go again. I don't have the time for this right now. Let me remind you that you and I and everybody else have the same 24 hours, and you make the time for what's important to you. So just own it. Own it that this is not important and move on, okay? And when it's important enough, you will take action. Now, if you're thinking, I don't need to hear about this stuff, and I'm happy living life on an autopilot, I don't see any areas that I need to grow into it. I feel pretty fulfilled emotionally, mentally, physically. Go ahead and skip this episode. I don't know who you are. Let me know who you are, because I really would like to learn more about your life. And that is awesome for you. You're a part of a very small group of people, maybe 0.0001% of the population. I don't know what the statistics is. I don't know of anybody who is in that life. So my view is zero. I know that I'm not part of that group that you are. And I'm actually not sure if I will ever be part of that group, because I love learning. I love growing. I love making a difference by sharing my journey with others. And that means that I'm always going through the hoops and curious. And when I learn, I like to share, just like I am right now. As a health and fitness coach who work in a holistic, comprehensive way with my clients to get to the root cause of the problems, I get tremendous pleasure when my clients reach their small goals. I call micro wins, because these micro wins will get them to accomplish the bigger goals, the macro wins. Anyway, let's start this mini series by talking about choosing new habits for different aspects of your life. Are you ready? Choosing new habits for different aspects of your life. When you're busy creating new habits to improve your life, remember that you can have a new habit for each area of your life. You don't have to be restricted to just healthy habits or just regular daily habits. There are many different types of habits that will benefit you greatly. So here's a question. Where are you falling behind? Let's start this way. Before creating your first new habit, think of where in your life you are falling behind. This doesn't mean that you are an outright failure. No, that's not it. But just an area of your life where you don't focus as much attention as the other areas in your life. So most people have at least one. I get more than one. I have more than one. And this might mean that you work hard, but you neglect your health. Or you eat very healthy, but you have trouble saving money. Maybe you don't get enough sleep because you're always distracted at night. You feel you have loads of energy, but you drink several cups of coffee, sugary foods and beverages, and you snack all day. This can tell you what areas need improving first before moving on to other habits. So let's start with that. Now, another thing is, what do you complain about the most? Holy smokes! Boy, just listen around. People are just bags of complaints. I mean, it is quite impressive. I'm like, I shake my head sometimes. I'm like, holy moly. So another way to figure out where your new habits should start is based on what you tend to complain about. And yes, maybe you're not complaining out loud, but you're complaining with yourself, right? You're having those little chat with yourself or maybe with your best friend or whatever. You don't think that's a complaint, but it's something that really deep inside you know that is like, You know what I mean, right? So think about the last time you complained to someone or yourself about what isn't going your way and what isn't working in your life. Do you complain that you're always late to work? What about the fact that your bills are late and your clothes don't fit? Are you frustrated because you never have enough time to get everything done? Are these good? These are good signs, by the way, that areas that you kind of need some adjustments. You could start right there. And then, how about choosing your new habits? Remember that even if you come up with a list of new habits to form in your life, you still want to start just one at a time. This is something that I work with my clients quite a bit. There is a goal, there is something big that you're going to accomplish. And yes, we're accomplishing other things at the same time. But we want to feel the sense of accomplishment, and we're going to put extra focus on that one thing. And I know that we don't want to do that sometimes, like, I want to do it all. This is, folks, when to do it all, it doesn't get us far a lot of times. Even if you have 5 small habits, all for the same end result, you want to start with just one of them before moving to the next. How do you know it is time to develop a new habit? When was the last time that you created something that you don't even have to think about it anymore? And that is when you know that you're ready to build, the next new habit. And that goes with that consistency, right? So we build the habit, we build this synapses in the brain that this is something we're going to do or we're going to feel whatever because we've been doing consistently. And now we understand the value, and you now wake up thinking about, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Just like brushing your teeth. It's as simple as that. Everyone has habits each day of their life, even if you don't realize it. They aren't always something you constantly think about it. Again, it's a habit right there inside your mind. You don't think about it. It might be the cup of coffee in the morning or the way you drive to work. What you want to do now is create new habits that will further improve your health and your life. We are approaching a great time of the year to reflect, assess, and adjust our priorities and our goals. And these goals that you might have established for the year. And if you didn't do this exercise of setting up your goals for the year in the beginning of the year, that's okay. You know what? What it matters is you're right here and you can take action right now. So don't worry about it. Don't judge yourself. You can take action right now. I encourage you to clear a space in your calendar. Yes, you make time for this exercise. Whether it's a half a year review or the beginning of a new plan for you, you deserve to do this for yourself. I want you to grab a pen and paper or a marker for your whiteboard. Write the answers to the questions above down. And feel free to add whatever else comes to your mind. Yes, brainstorm. Go at it. This is your whiteboard, your pen and paper. This is your life, your destiny. But I want you to get down to it and do this exercise. Get this stuff out of your head, please. People are so against getting this stuff out of their head. It drives me insane. But once they do it, and I do this with my new clients, asking some questions, actually lots of questions on their intake forms and things like that. These are things that are making them think about their life as well, their values, their vision, their goals, and so on, and much more. They're like, oh my God. But then once they're done, they feel accomplished. They feel like they took the time to think about it. And I tell them, you want to take the time to do this. So I kind of force them to take that step. So hey, if you're not my client, you can become one. Yeah, give me a call. Book a call. It's complimentary. But if you're just following this podcast, take this stuff out of your head, out and put on a piece of paper, okay, or whiteboard. And then you can write it down too in a Word format, piece of board, whatever. Step away, by the way, for a few hours or a day. Then get back to it. When you get back to it, you look at it, and you're like, has anything popped up in your mind that you need to add? Write it down. Keep adding. But, you kind of want to wrap it up soon, right? You want to be this. You don't want to let this go and go and go for days. Now, give it about 24 hours or so. You and I must know where we stand before we can add, adjust, eliminate, and grow. And I will wrap up today's episode with another saying by John Maxwell. Priorities not adjusted over time become wrong priorities. Wow. Simple, but right on it. Why? Because life is changing every day. We make decisions that take us into different directions. So if you listen up to this point right now, let me give you a hint of what's coming ahead for this mini-series. We'll discuss healthy habits you can start ASAP, types of habits to improve in your life, why you want to create new habits, and much, much more. So please, stay tuned. And also, by the way, I will give you access to my awesome Habits Checklist ebook. It's a great tool. So let me know if you have any questions and comments. I would love to hear. Check out the show notes for ways that you can reach me. And again, I would love to work with you. Be ready to rock and roll. Go to befabbu.com and schedule your complimentary session. Let's get a plan for you to grow and improve and master your health and wellness and fitness. Thank you for listening, for leaving us a rating. Yes, I'm asking you to leave a rating. So that will help the show. And thanks for sharing this episode with other awesome people just like you. Make it an awesome day and talk to you soon. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for listening to the BFABU Made Simple podcast. Can you do me a favor? If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and leave it a rating. It helps the podcast and I really appreciate it. If you're wondering where to start, head over to my website, linked in the show notes, to sign up to receive encouragement, tips, and strategies to maximize results. While you're there, download a free health guide to get you started today. If you're looking for a coach and trainer to help you optimize your weight, body, and health, get on my calendar. Let's discuss your goals, establish a custom plan, implement it, and celebrate your results. Together, we can do this. Find the link to schedule a free energy audit strategy session also in the show notes. Connect with me on social media. I would love for you to let me know that you're listening to the show. Also see the show notes for the links. In addition to a qualified healthcare practitioner, it's important that you have someone in your corner who is in for you and will help you to plan and stay on track implementing your goals. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll this boat. I will see you on the next episode of BFABU Made Simple. Just a reminder that this podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast is not a substitute for health care by a doctor or other qualified medical professionals. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.